5 platforms sit along the beach at the southern end of Prodzia, each one holding a large object covered in a black cloth and tied with rope. Crews of men and women hurriedly move crates of fruit and barrels of meat to the different stalls set up around the platforms. The sound of hammers echoes across the water as teams of builders work to erect seating along the edge of the shore. A pair of men raise and secure 2 large wooden beams with a piece of cloth tied between them reading Finish. A chill wind picks up, making the sign lean precariously to the side. The worker steadies it, his hat catching on the wind and flying across the sand. With the sign secure, he places a hand on his head and turns to look towards the direction of the wind. His eyes meet with the man holding his hat, making his way across the sand. "Excuse me, sir. I do think this belongs to you," the man says, extending the hat towards the worker. "I appreciate that, stranger. Are you excited for the festival?" "Well, this will be my first festival in a long time. Something tells me it'll be one that'll be talked about for years to come." Here we are, episode 3 of the Campaign Notes podcast. Welcome, I am Sam, your DM for the day, joined as always by my lovely group of players.
Mm-hmm. Good Gravy Nicholson.
Lovely. Who are you, player on my left?
Matthew Weber playing Rusam Jekrevic.
And I am Ross Frady playing Kresh.
My name is JP Dasher, and I'm playing Ozramon.
I am Good Gravy Nicholson, playing Cyrus Cod.
Hell yeah, brother. So
nice and confusing for everyone.
Yeah, episode 3 is not the right time to do that.
Just kidding.
I'm Andrew Nicholson playing Ozramon.
JP Dasher playing Cyrus.
And we are yet again here joining you in your ear holes. Really glad that you're listening to episode 3 because that means you listened to the first 2, hopefully, because it's a weird thing to start on episode 3 without listening to episode 1 and 2.
If not, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get back. Listen to episode 1.
It's one thing when
isn't for you.
It's one thing when a podcast has like 120 episodes and you're just like, I'm just gonna
start in the middle.
I'm just gonna start where they are, that way I can be up to date. It's another thing when the podcast has 3 episodes and you're just like, I don't know. It's just like I mean, feel something good.
I'd have to devote 2 other
3.
hours of my life.
Just get your butt back to iTunes. Smash that like button. Leave us a review.
Subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a review.
Get your ass to iTunes.
Honestly, I hate pandering it like that, but dude, we got to sell it.
No, it was the smash the like button.
Smash that like button.
I was about to say, we don't need to say that because there is no like button on iTunes.
Yeah, it's said in all irony.
I think that's what they do.
But yeah, if you do like the podcast, do go to iTunes. It does suck to say because it feels real fake.
Yeah.
But it does honestly help us out. And who knows, maybe there's someone out there who's got a dark spot in their life that the only solution for it is 5 early 30s to late 20s dudes chuckling at each other, making ball-licking jokes about a Pathfinder game.
There we go.
And maybe because of your review, they'll find it.
That is quite the dark spot.
Yeah. Let's all share that dark spot.
Yeah, well, we will sit in that dark spot with them, sing Kumbaya around the fire. And I think we also need to let people know about just the general social media because that's what the kids use.
Yep. MySpace.
Our MySpace address is myspace.com/campaignxnotesx.
Yep.
420xx //
No scope sniper.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
write a nice review. You can get on our top friends board right next to Mr. Tom.
Yeah,
oh man, the top 8. I forgot about you.
Tom always has to sit at the top of the top
and
8,
next to Mr. Clean.
Oh shit!
Soon to be sponsor.
Ooh, that's actually a good point. Correction. We are not campaign notes at gmail.com. We are campaign notes podcast at gmail.com.
So if you sent an email to campaignnotes@gmail.com,
we didn't get it.
Yeah. This will all be on the website. The website is actually it's campaignnotespodcast.com is our is our main host, and we will have everything there. So if we misspeak ever on air, please forgive us, but the correct information will be available online.
And it's kind of our brand, honestly.
Besides, trying to transcribe something off of a podcast is the wrong way to get text-based URLs. So
We'll take we'll get another whiteboard. We'll put it up on the wall that just has all of our Instagram and our everything. So every time we have to say this, you can just read it off there.
That would actually be a good idea.
That's not the worst idea I've ever had.
Wow.
Let's actually do that.
Every time Ross starts talking, I'm like, oh, here comes the bullshit. But that was a genuinely good idea.
It says something prescient, and you're like, oh, all right.
All right.
yeah, we've got the Twitters. We are at Campaign Notes. I don't know why we didn't get at Campaign. I think. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get podcast on the end of that one.
Let's get both.
Yeah. We've got Twitch, we've got Apple, we've got all kinds of good stuff. So, but it is campaignnotespodcast.com.
Also, because we haven't done this yet, we've made allusions to it, but I want to give a shout out to Benjamin Looms and all the people at Sirenscape, because so far they have granted us it's basically free music to use throughout the podcast, and thanks to some of my miscues, some pretty good comedy moments too. So I feel like we got to give them a shout out.
Well, we have to give them a shout out, especially because no one else uses Sirenscape.
They were the first
and
ones.
so they really need us to promote them.
They're basically they're really struggling right now. So
It'd be good if we could throw our listenership behind that.
yeah.
Go give them a like
All
on their
all 7 of
MySpace
you that
page.
are listening right now.
That's awful optimistic.
Real quick distinction. It is campaignnotespodcast.com because campaignnotes.com goes to a website that has not been updated since 2006, but is some kind of RPG website. So please go to the correct one.
CampaignNotesPodcast.com.
Or find us on iTunes.
Yep, .gov. We also, interestingly enough, because this is true for every RPG group, and I'm going to bring this up just to put it out there,
Just put it out there.
and then we're going to get into the game.
Okay.
We have not yet established who's going to be the low roller.
Oh, that's true.
Every table has one player who habitually rolls terribly.
Weber's making a face like it might be him.
Please not mean that.
This is
You were the only person that missed in the only combat that we've had.
I use game science dice. They are totally fair.
There you go.
fair does not matter when it comes
Sponsor
to
us, Game Science.
when it comes to the low roller. Someone's going to be it. We just don't know who yet.
I mean, we already know that I roll in extremes, so
Yeah,
it's going to be a 19 or 20, or it's going to be a 1 or 2. That's about
Drew,
it.
you need to take that pearlescent piece of shit and throw it away.
No, yeah, I mean it's there as just like a
reminder.
ornamental,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
a grim reminder.
It's a grim reminder of how terrible I was before.
yeah. You can test your dice to see if they're balanced. I have a D20 here that I was very pretty, and I thought it was cool, and we tested it, and it is very unbalanced, and
Yeah,
I don't
go
use it
figure.
anymore.
It
I
is
just
one of
look
the
at
more
it.
unbalanced die I have ever tested. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So if there's nothing more to chit-chat about, I think it's time to get into the game.
I'm done talking, Sam.
I'd like to talk about Drew's Queens of the Stone Age t-shirt instead.
Oh, cool. Nice plug.
Please sponsor us, Queens of the
Sponsor.
Stone Age.
Yeah, please. Is that a thing?
Josh Homme, please
Do
sponsor
you
us.
think Josh Homme is into actual play podcasts?
I mean, honestly,
Everyone else is.
Watch him be like one of our biggest fans.
It might get boring out in the desert.
All right. So where we last left off, y'all got some fancy duds and some decent pants,
decent pants.
and you made your way to the governor's palace with orders from Jera to go find a book. Go find a history of Prodzia and its founding. Once you got there, you saw some extremely well-prepared food stands that all existed before we sat down.
They had some delicious lettuce.
Delicious lettuce from old Lila.
A very unique mix of foods,
Yep.
I thought, overall.
It was
Falafel and lettuce and what was the other one?
It was
Fortune cookies.
fortune
Yeah,
cookies
fortune
and
cookies,
gold leaf on
Salisbury
cupcakes.
Yes.
steak
Salisbury
Salisbury
steak.
steak. That's what I wanted, chowder.
with a minuscule amount of sauce.
Yes, very
Not
dry.
enough gravy on those steaks.
Rusam comes down with E. coli. He will be missing from this episode.
Yes. Y'all met Hank and Bobby. You met Leopold and Juniper, Falco and Goomp, and you saw, but you did not converse with Roy and his apprentice, which you saw there in the courtyard. And then after kind of rubbing some elbows, trying to get a lay of the land so that you could figure out how you're going to obtain this book that you've been sent after, the doors opened, and out came the governor, welcoming everybody to the party for the Apprentice Festival. And at this point, he kind of dramatically steps back, cloak flowing in the wind, and you can see that the entrance hall is now open to you.
I rush the entrance.
I changed my mind. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to
I
parties.
don't want to go in there.
All right. So, as you kind of approach, you see that the double doors look into a lavish room. There are marble floors that are covered in a deep crimson rug. There's art lining the walls depicting various scenes of ships upon the ocean. A staircase spirals up at the far end of the entrance hall. Its banisters are made of old and weathered planks of wood, standing in stark contrast to the opulent decor surrounding it. Two doors stand closed at the east and west end of the room. A variety of ale, spiced rum, mead, and wine is displayed on large tables covered in white cloth. Adding to the festive atmosphere is a group of musicians in the corner of the room, softly playing well-known sailing songs.
I love that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Rusam is going to bum rush the booze and just start pounding. No.
All right, keg stand.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Someone hold my feet.
So yeah. Just for clarification, this is the garden. Sorry, referring to the map that you've got here.
Yeah.
That's the garden, and then
You can tell it's a garden because I made a bunch of green slashes on it.
that's how
There's
you
green
know.
on it, yes.
Okay.
A lovely
green.
hand-drawn map. We'll try to get a picture of that up.
It's hard because cameras are so hard to come by
Yeah.
these days.
There's just no cameras
Just
in the
don't
world.
have them. Yeah. They're really expensive. No one sells them anywhere.
Yeah, they're not attached to anything else.
I know.
But yeah, you go in and you can see the tables with all the drinks on them. You can see there's a couple waiters going around with empty trays now to collect anyone's empty glasses. You see the governor is kind of moved off to the side to allow the guests to come in. He's standing at the side of the door, kind of greeting people that he recognizes.
Okay.
You see there's a few Prodzia police that are just kind of milling about. You see there's one kind of patrolling around each of the closed doors to the east and west, and a couple that are just kind of messing around, wandering around with the crowd. And,
Playing grab ass.
Yeah, playing grab ass. And
There's a couple of cops over there playing cornhole for some reason.
and you also see just past the spiral staircase is a stone archway that, as you kind of look through, you can see goes out to a large stone balcony that looks out over the back of the property.
The book is definitely there.
It's on the balcony.
Yeah, they've kept it outside this entire time.
Yeah, I mean, Ozramon is. We're still all out in the garden, correct?
You can be wherever you want to be.
I think when we left off, you guys were around back.
Yeah, you were over there with Goomp in the right side of the compound, kind of over on the bushes.
Okay,
where
gotcha.
he was vomiting profusely.
Sweet Goomp.
Poor sweet Goomp.
And okay, yeah, Ozramon is going to turn to Falco and Goomp and say, "Shall we go in now? It seems the party is beginning."
That's what I like to hear. Come on, Goomp, let's get out of here.
Goomp, one glass of wine.
It is worth pointing out, Goop, that even though
Goomp.
I'm sure you could metabolize the alcohol at your size, you are underage and should not be drinking.
That's what I was about to say. Not to mention, you got a big day tomorrow. You can't be getting your wits all messed up. You wake over with a terrible hangover. How are you going to compete in the Apprentice Festival? Come on, Goomp, think better than that.
You can't carry a boat if you're hungover.
Goomp, sorry.
Man, what a pushover.
I mean, he's 14.
12.
He's 12.
He's 12. Yeah.
12.
He's not even a man yet.
Yeah.
I'll eat more lettuce.
No, Goomp, no. No more lettuce. Just, how about this? I'll go inside and get a drink. You just, go inside, sit down, wait for me. I'll be able to find you, don't worry.
Yes, and I believe we are going to find our companions on the other side of the garden, and we can meet you inside as well.
Hey, sounds great, man. It was lovely to meet you. Kresh, Ozramon, I like you guys.
I like you too, Falco. You have a really quick talking way that is very friendly.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Am I
All
right? All right. Kresh, Shall we?
Can you say my name one more time?
I can.
Kresh.
Kresh.
Call him by his name.
Yeah. What to say? Let's say we go meet up with our friends. And
Yes, I
go
believe
inside.
that's the best thing to do at this point.
Okay. Yep. So Ozermon and Kresh are going to just kind of saunter back over to Rusam and Cyrus.
Yeah, I figure we're kind of sticking together. I assume that since we were already out front in the carts when they opened the front door, we probably are kind of halfway up the steps, making our way there with the Keel boys.
So, tell me, Mr. Hill.
Keel.
Keel, I'm sorry.
Hey, man, it's all right.
How familiar are you with this governor?
Oh, well, I've seen him around town, but I've never been to his mansion before. Everybody knows him.
Is he a pleasant man?
Oh, yeah, he's done a lot for the community.
I see. Held in high regard.
Yeah, as far as I know.
And so Rusam will go get a drink, but he's just going to kind of hold it and nurse it to the point of like barely even drinking.
Bird lipping it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's a Ross move.
Yep.
Ross on.
Just kiss the top of your beer every once in a while.
I don't know. It sounds like Ross's Saturday night. That was not the case.
Oh, yeah. That is true. We should mention that all of us are professionals except for one man who decided to come to work hungover.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice job, Ross.
Might be.
Yelling at a
Bouncer.
bouncer about Star Wars.
He talked
3 o'clock
about
in the
Star Wars
morning.
before I did.
He started it.
Are you seeing the bouncer shot first?
Yes. It's about the
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, I see what's happening.
It's good.
And we have no
We
way
got
of,
jokes.
We have no way of disproving that, so we just got to take him at his
We
word.
have to believe him. But yeah, so Ozermon and Kresh are going to make their way inside or wherever Rusam and Cyrus are at.
Okay. So yeah, y'all enter. You see the drinks laid out in front of you. You can kind of see the doors off to the side that are obviously off limits. They're closed, but the door out on the balcony is completely open. You can feel the cool breeze wafting in from the ocean, and you can see kind of like I said, the governor is shaking hands with a few people. You can see a couple people you don't recognize. There's one guy who's dressed in like fancy military regalia, and you kind of assume that's probably the chief because it looks like a police uniform, but it is kind of a deep burgundy, and you can see it's got a few more badges than the other police at the party, and it's nicely hemmed and buttoned.
It's like the policeman's ball where he's all dolled up in the most
Exactly.
official fancy police
Got
gear
a little
possible.
bit of like gold trim around his sleeves.
Ooh. Gentlemen, now that we are all back together again, how should we proceed?
What's the plan? Goomp!
Oh, hello, Goomp.
Goop, why are you here?
Sorry, guys. I told him to wait over there. Goomp! Get over there. Sorry. And Goomp kind of just trudges away and sits in a small chair, and you hear it just...
A rather large gentleman.
Goop he's a good boy.
Yes, and also I know it
Good
does
kid.
not appear this way, but he is 12 years old.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
That was what was communicated to us, and our
Falco
good
said
friend
so.
Falco here.
Hey there.
Is that your boy?
He's my apprentice.
Does he have the glandular problem?
He's probably got a few problems, my dude, but at a certain point, you just gotta let boys be boys. And this boy decided that him being a boy was growing up real quick. But he's not a bad shipbuilder, and he's strong enough that I can always use his help, especially when I need to get a pickle jar up off the top of the cabinet, open it. He's perfect.
It's the best use of his talents, yes.
Hey, if you got it, make use of it.
That's right.
Fair enough.
But yeah, nice to meet you. What's your...
Oh, I am Cyrus.
Cyrus. Nice to meet you, Cyrus.
He extends a hand.
Yeah.
Hello.
He grabs it, shakes it friendly. He shakes it friendly.
Yep.
He grabs it. He shakes
I'm
it.
the hungover one.
He grabs it and shakes it warmly.
Ooh, it's a warm handshake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it wet?
He farted on it first.
It's
nice.
it's a great
Butt hand.
contrast because Cyrus tends to be a little clammy.
There you go.
Perfect.
So it's-
They were meant for each other.
Yes, you will forgive my rudeness, but yes, this is Cyrus, and this is our other good friend, Rusam.
Yes, Rusam Jekrevik.
Nice to meet you.
I also build ships.
Yeah,
in
I've
the
actually
shipyard.
seen some of your ships.
Yes.
Yeah, you work over on the east side. That's where we are too.
Yes.
Yeah, you're always working alone out there. I don't envy you, my man.
It is
Hot as balls.
Yes, it is. Yes. I enjoy the mental state it puts me in. I enjoy the work.
One of those types. I gotcha.
Work.
Hey, work, whatever you do, keep doing it because I like what you're doing, man.
It's almost like fake accents are hard.
Hey,
Crazy.
Vec, bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't had any issues with the fake accent yet.
Thanks,
Since this
Milos.
whole thing's begun. Yeah.
that's why I'm doing an authentic. That's why I'm doing an authentic North Carolina accent
Yeah,
right
there
here.
you go.
That's what that is.
That's what we all sound like.
Yep, that's Asheville, North Carolina, right there for you.
It depends on what
That's up near
alley you
Raleigh.
go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, once again, sorry about Goomp. I'm gonna go grab a beer. If I can get y'all anything, let me know. But don't want to disturb you too long.
It was nice speaking with you as always, Mr. Falco.
Nice to speak with you too, my man.
See you around.
And he just kind of walks away. You can see him kind of shoot the finger guns to a couple people that he recognizes as
I was gonna
he
say, I like
goes.
to think he just hit with his loud voice, just latched on to another group of people
Yeah.
that he saw. Like, yeah.
Oh, hey, I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Was it Roy? Yes, it's been
Oh
a long
god.
time since I've seen. And you
We
just
are
hear-
like systematically avoiding Roy. Like, there's like an awkward hookup, and then we run into him at a party next weekend, and you're just like, I'm just not going to talk to that person.
I mean, that's the
You-
thing is that we didn't hook up with him. That's the key problem here.
so we
fishbowl
need to
went away.
get drunk and then
Yeah.
attempt number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But
But yeah, you can hear them just kind of fade off in the distance as they walk out onto the balcony.
hey, you got to think this is probably like the most difficult encounter we're ever going to face because you've stuck 4 real life wallflowers into a fake party.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. The story demanded it.
God.
I fucking hate you.
Me too.
Let me roll a perception check and see if there's anybody that looks, 1, like they're kind of standing alone, and 2, they wouldn't mind if I come up and start asking them questions.
Yeah, sure thing.
That's a 5.
Some dust
You
falls
see,
in your eyes.
was about to
you
say.
see a woman who's clearly in conversation with another person. You're like, I should go hit on her.
I was about to say you kind of you scan the room. You don't see anyone who's like longingly looking for a monk to converse with. You just kind of see most of the people are separated out and they're kind of normal groups. You can see some other potential ship's crews kind of talking to different apprentices. You can see most masters and apprentices are together, just kind of feeling out the room.
I'll approach one of the smaller groups
Okay.
and introduce myself. So yeah, I don't know.
All right. So you approach a. Do you want to approach a group that a master and apprentice are already talking to?
No, actually, I want to
Okay.
find one where it's just party guests.
Okay. So yeah, you walk up to a group. There's a young woman there, and she's kind of talking with a couple of maybe mid-40s kind of sailor-looking guys. You know, they're wearing sailor hats and sailor clothes, and they have sailor shoes on. And
We're
so
janitors.
They're like, yeah, we're the caterers for this event, and if everything's all right, we'll get back to it. And you see her just kind of go like, oh yes, thank you so much. Y'all have been just so helpful. This is going to be great. Been looking forward to this all year.
Hello, I am
God.
Rusam Jekrevik. I would like to meet all of you.
Oh hi, my name is Amira. I am the governor's daughter. And you can see she is maybe in late 20s, early 30s, wearing a dark leather long coat with a green hemmed embroidery on the right sleeve and a matching green vest underneath and some decent pants.
Some very decent.
Decent pants.
Some decent
We're
brown,
locked into it again.
decent brown pants. And she's like, "It's fantastic to meet you. These are our caterers." And they brought up some of the mead that we have, obviously locally sourced. All of
It's
that
very
here.
good. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. This is one of my favorite events of the year, and it's such a refreshing relief from the parties that are all diplomats and politicians, and it's just getting some real Prodsian citizens here is just fantastic.
Well, to your caterers, I would like to say thank you very much. It's very much appreciated what you do.
Thank you. We work hard, and down on the docks, the days get long.
And
But
the
our-
nights get cold. Sorry.
Our burning desire to provide good catering is what sustains us through these cold months.
Yes, as it should. As a good tradesperson should enjoy what they do.
Indeed.
What they do.
Anytime I see a man sipping a glass of mead that I brought, it
So-
just makes me warm inside.
And
Ozermon does not want to talk to this guy. This is like the most intense caterer.
I was going to say that the other three of us didn't follow Rusam.
Thank God.
so Rusam will kind of nod, saying, and not turn away from them, but he's looking back at Amira. So you are the governor's daughter.
Oh yes, it's been such a wild ride. I'm the governor's daughter. I also do some outreach work. I try to keep myself busy when I'm not lost in study, which is fairly often, let me say. But I do what I can for the community. I like to get down and get my hands dirty.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you, ma'am. You have a lovely home.
Oh, thank you.
I notice, are the banisters made from old ships?
Oh my goodness, you noticed. Yes. That came from my father's sailing vessel. That he used to, when he was a captain, he used to sail around the seas, taking out pirates. Very, very fantastical stuff. Obviously, this is before he became a politician and had to kind of settle down with my father, who then had me. But he had his ship, portions of it, taken out, and you can actually see the banisters are made out of it, as well as the frames on our art is all made out of the wood from his ship.
It is a very lovely piece of history. I would love to see more.
No, I would love to show you more, but first things first, I do have to go and kind of make myself known.
Yes,
shake a few hands.
Of course.
But obviously, you're going to be around for a little while.
Yes, yes.
Come see me, and I will just talk your ear off all about the different little cool things that are in this house. It's so interesting.
Well, I am looking forward to it.
I am too.
And
And you said your name was Rusam?
Rusam, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Pleasure, as always.
Yes.
So Rusam will walk over to the group again, and his mug is still as full as when he left. So, gentlemen, I have made arrangements with the governor's daughter, Amira, to show me around this lovely home. And in doing so, I hope we will find the library. And so, without asking at all about this book that we are interested in, hopefully I can ascertain its location.
Don't brag too much.
Very good, quick work, Rusam.
Yes, that will make
It was luck. My perception was very bad.
it was a 5.
Stumbled into the wrong group.
No, but I believe that this will help us as it seemed to be that our plan would be basically to sneak around in the sketchiest way possible
Yes.
and see if we could find it. But if we can have an official resident of this place lead us, in there specifically to a library or wherever the book might be at. That would be preferred.
While I do enjoy this skullduggery, this is probably the wrong path, yes. We need a more inconspicuous.
I was just going to ask where the bathroom was and then wander around the mansion for a half hour. And if someone caught me, I'd say, whoops, looking for the bathroom.
Looking for the bathroom.
With holding a book in my hand.
Perception roll after perception.
Yeah.
Is the book here? No. Bathroom? No.
Or a perception roll? Okay. I want to do another perception roll.
Another perception.
Did you get the impression that the young mistress may lead the rest of us on this tour?
That I'm not sure. We can certainly try, or if we would prefer, while you all find other routes, I can accompany her so as not to attract suspicion. One of you can come.
It seems if we all tagged in, that could be potentially a little suspicious.
Yes.
Yes, because if she is taking us to these places, to these rooms, and suddenly someone doesn't come along because they are interested in the library, that would be obvious.
Yes.
I believe what we should do is we should get Cyrus super duper drunk. And
I'm
just have
listening.
him go around and try every door in the mansion.
Is this where you keep the books?
How much beer could Goomp drink?
Goomp is a 12-year-old boy, and I
He-
would advise you not to treat him
It
otherwise.
would make a very good distraction.
It could prove useful.
It's true.
He's also 7.5 feet tall, so
I believe his liver will be able to handle much more than most of ours.
Andre the Giant back in the day could drink a barrel of beer, and he was only 6'8" or somewhere around there. A man almost a foot taller than Andre the Giant would be able to drink conceivably a barrel and a half of beer.
Quite small for a giant.
The math is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
math checks out.
Anybody want a peanut? There. Got it. Got it out of my system.
Okay. So, I dig this. Are you going to try to get Goop drunk?
That appears to be our current plan.
I just want to say Andrew Nicholson and I think Ross Frady, Matthew Weber, Sam McIntyre, and JP Dasher will all agree we aren't in the business of getting 12-year-olds drunk.
We explicitly do not approve of underage drinking.
Unequivocally.
Yeah. With that
Absolutely not.
said, I want to get this 12-year-old wasted.
It serves our purposes.
Oh, God.
All right, how you going to do it?
That's an even better question. Well,
I don't believe Falco would approve of us,
is there?
I will say it does stand to mention. You saw Falco walk out onto the balcony with Roy.
Mm-hmm.
Goomp is still sitting in a chair
Yeah.
by the front door.
Goomp is
So
just
he's-
chilling.
I think we can. I think we can literally just
Feed him.
bring him. Don't even say anything. Don't even say anything. Just hand him the beers.
I say, is it still people walking around with plates full of ale, or is there a bar now?
Are there tables
There-
with all
yeah,
kinds of
it's
stuff?
tables.
Yeah.
So I think Cyrus is going to whip up just like a fucking gut-rotten cocktail, just very high proof, and hand it to Kresh.
Just conveyor belt it. Yeah.
You just pour a little bit of cranberry juice in it. And just like, you'll like that.
Yeah,
Just
we,
for color.
or somebody just takes him one, takes the empty at the same time. The next person just goes up and does it.
Should I drop one of my prawns in it? I still have them on me. They are turning sort of a brownish green color.
I would
We want
rather not.
him to get drunk. We don't want him vomiting again.
Okay. Just checking. They're getting really old in my pockets, starting to smell.
You should probably just throw those away.
I paid a lot of money for them, so I would really rather hold on to them.
I think
for
that
now.
is you that is starting to smell.
Are you
It's the-
familiar with
Wow.
the concept of depreciation?
Are you telling me that these prawns have lost value?
You have a bit of a sunk cost fallacy going on here.
I will throw the prawns away.
Whoa.
No way.
And Ozermon.
End of chapter 1.
So I guess since Cyrus just handed Kresh the ridiculous shark drink, I'm going to take it over to big old Goomp I called him little old Goomp, and that's just inaccurate.
Lil Goomp.
Little Goomp. Just gotta
That's
hand
his
it
son.
to him.
Kresh.
Goomp, here's a drink for you. I saw that Falco abandoned you. He's left you sitting here for a while, so I just hope you're feeling all right.
Thank you, Kresh. I trust you have best interests at heart.
Oh no!
And he
Absolutely, Goomp.
slams it down.
Would you like another?
I like this, yes.
Does it taste like cranberries? It was supposed to taste like cranberries.
Yes, is this cranberry juice?
There is some cranberry juice in it, yes.
Like Cyrus is still standing next to the table, kind of keeping an eye. And as soon as he sees him down this and kind of nodding approval, starts mixing up another.
Yeah, it's like Kresh turns to just like more,
Yeah.
just waving his hand. Like,
Keeps him coming.
and so yeah, I'm going back and I'm like, I'll get you another one here. Just hold on,
Just what I needed.
and just keep bringing him drinks. Just drinks after drinks after drinks. After
Cheers.
shots.
After removing all food from stomach, this is good.
Oh man.
No.
So Goomp's gonna make a couple fortitude rolls.
Yep.
I think we're going to have some alignment changes.
Dude, Goomp is a badass.
The dude's like 7 feet tall. His liver's got to be like 5 feet by itself.
That's a natural 20.
yeah.
It's enlarged. He has
Fetch
medical
me more
problems.
liquor.
He snorts one.
I was about to say
His eyeballs one of the drinks.
he's on like number 6 right now. He's like, very good.
Goomp getting loose.
Yes. Starting to feel warm. And he kind of
like he can do podcasts.
he starts to unbutton his doublet a little bit. He's like, yes.
Oh, Lord, he's going to get naked.
It seems our plan has worked a little too well.
Kresh, my friend. Bring more.
We'll do, Goop. Yeah. Hold on just a moment.
Thank you.
Mix 'em up.
Just keep going. Just
Is
keep
it,
coming.
is it working?
The boy is 7.5 feet tall. It will take a moment, but
Guys, this I imagine this is going to take like an hour.
Yeah, it
Yep.
essentially at the end of
The three of us are just shuttling back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah, like don't do it. Don't do it too fast because, admittedly, we're still waiting on
Yeah.
Amira to be done, so I can wander off with her.
Sure.
Could I give do a little perception to see if there's anything a little higher proof somewhere on this shelf, or maybe like behind the bar or anything that I could
Sure.
throw in one of these?
Find a milk jug of white liquor.
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner of the room.
Oh shit, that's bleach. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby. So that's going to be a 22.
All right, so you see that kind of off to the side, underneath the table, there is a bottle that is kind of an amber glass that is stopped with a cork, and on the side just has a
Strychnine.
it's been labeled with a label that just says Shock Tarts.
Ah, yes.
Jesus.
And it has the like 3 X's on the label, and you kind of pop the cork off of it and take a whiff, and you can feel like your nose hairs singe a little bit.
There's one of those green like
Yeah.
rises out of it when you open them.
That's exactly what it is.
a ghost leaves.
Well, maybe this will do. And Cyrus will just throw like a little dash in there, and like a little bit more, kind of top it off.
The skull and crossbones cloud like comes up. Like,
Tom
Yeah,
and Jerry.
it fizzes up real quick and then settles back down.
He throws like a slice of lime in it, passes it down.
the lime just immediately breaks up.
Turns black and just dissolves.
once Kresh gets this drink, he's going to turn to Goop and just be like, Goop, I have a slightly different one for you. I know the cranberry juice tastes really, really good, but I think this might taste even better.
Oh,
And after this one, you and I, we should go on a little adventure. We should see the rest of the mansion. We're just sitting here in this corner. This doesn't...
Kresh has not led me wrong yet.
So let me just step in here real quick as just a human being playing this game.
Yeah.
Are you getting this drunk 12-year-old to follow you on an adventure somewhere?
I'm getting
I
this
don't like
12-year-old to follow me on an adventure
I do
somewhere.
not like where this is
I'm
going.
going to lead him to a library.
Maybe just maybe have like an arm wrestling match where everybody can see you or something.
There's a really big book that we need to find.
Goomp downs the drink.
You know he's good for that.
That is not a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
So Goomp kind of, whoa,
Oh, God.
and he stands up, and you can see. Have you ever drank a bunch, but you've been sitting down, and like people have been grabbing you beers, and so you haven't had to stand up?
I have no idea what you're talking
And
about.
then-
Sam.
Never
No
had this
clue.
happening before.
Never.
Before you realize, about 5 hours has passed, and you stand up for the first time because you're like, "Oh yeah, I just had to go use the bathroom or something," and the world turns sideways.
All the booze shoots from your legs up into your skull. I think that's how circulation works.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly how.
It's been
Kresh.
cooling in your feet.
Kresh, you see Goomp kind of stand up, right himself. You see his head cocked to the side a little bit. Goomp feel fantastic.
Yes.
Goomp want to sing. Kresh, come with me. And he starts to pull you kind of into the middle over where the minstrels are playing. Mm-hmm. Kresh, this favorite song is about drinking and sailing. Now, dance, Kresh, dance with me. And he just kind of starts waving his arms from side to side.
Oh, I wish we.
Yes. And you can see some of
we
the
had
waiters
video.
are kind of like having to dodge around him because he's fucking enormous.
Yeah.
And you can see like a little bit of like he's a little bit unsteady on his feet, kind of stumbles to the side, has to steady himself on the table. You can hear a couple of the glasses kind of fall off. Goomp, sorry, but must dance. And now he's just twirling in the middle of the room.
Oh, my God.
Kresh is going to turn to
It's horrifying.
the rest of the party and just kind of mouth the word "go." Find it.
Yeah, Rusam is immediately going to run and find
I
Amira.
feel we should leave.
and basically sidle up like, yes. Have you had time to introduce yourself?
Oh yes, thank you so much. Do you still want to see some of the house?
My dear, I would love to.
Oh, it's so nice to meet someone that is interested in this. I always think history is pretty lady, come dance. I think it's maybe about time to let's go.
Certainly.
It's party time. And you kind of look down. It's like I've never seen a man that big dancing that provocatively with a
So
half
he's like bumping and grinding.
with a
now.
half orc who looks incredibly uncomfortable. And you look down and you just see Kresh kind of like as Goomp just has him by the shoulders and is like, yes, let's go.
It is the 7'6".
I think you should probably do a strength
boy.
contest.
The 7'6"
Yeah.
boy grabbing a 6'5" man and
Kresh,
just swinging him around like
Kresh.
a ragdoll.
now we arm wrestle.
Okay.
Now.
we
And he puts a hand on one of the drink tables. It's like, this feels right.
yes, Goomp. Let us arm wrestle.
What have we done?
Our job.
It's just straight strength. Yeah, no, I'm going to lose that.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Your arm
be a
snaps
10
in
total?
like in the fly.
The
Yeah, I was about to say.
your arm comes down and the wood on the table buckles, and a whole bunch of just ale flagons start rolling down, and then from behind you, you hear, "Goomp! What the hell's going on?" And then, away from this, Amira and you walk up to the eastern door, and she turns to the guard and is just like, This is a friend of mine. I'm taking him to show him some of the history of our palace. We'll be back in just a second. You don't need to tell the chief." And then she gives him an okay sign, and you can see he's just kind of like, "Yeah, that's no worries. I trust you. You're a pillar of the community, just something, whatever." Yeah,
It's also
do
the
it.
governor's daughter. But
Yeah. Also, yeah, I'm not going to say no. And so, yeah, she kind of ushers you in there and is like, "So, over here is our trophy room. There's a lot of really interesting stuff there. We've got some old flintlock pistols, which are a thing. We have the original figurehead from my father's ship, which is just beautifully carved. You would
yes,
love it.
this carving is immaculate. It's,
Yeah, and so you walk in the trophy room with her, and she's just kind of walking around. You can see there's a couple. There's some old coins that are displayed in a case that you can barely even read what's on them. One looks like it has like a some kind of figure that has like 20 sides on it. It's got a 20 in the middle. Available soon on the Campaign Notes podcast store.
Oh snap!
and Rusam is genuinely interested in the wood carving. Like he wasn't blowing smoke. He's legitimately curious.
And
He's
there's
a wood guy.
There's a couple paintings that she kind of explains is of her father and her grandfather's ship, and so while this is going on, back in the party house, Kresh and Goomp are currently basically like half on the floor. Falco has just re-entered from the balcony and is very confused, and y'all are kind of Ozramon and Cyrus are off to the side, just kind of observing
In horror.
what is happening.
Watching everything devolve.
Yeah.
Falco, Kresh is number one. Hello, Falco. I'm sorry. Goomp stumbled into a bit of liquor, it appears.
Oh gosh,
He's gotten himself quite drunk. He's being a little rambunctious young man.
I knew it. It's my fault. I never should have left. I got caught up talking to Roy. This is completely.
Roy is quite the talker. Yes.
And before he continues, roll deception.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Here we go. Shit the bed, Ross.
I only have a -2.
Oh, there we go.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice job.
Fire and ice, baby. You were right.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, Goomp, we need to get you some water. Maybe we'll see if there's some ice. Hey, could you guys? Do you mind? He's a little heavy. And you can see him kind of teetering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, could one of you get his arms and let's see if we can't take him to the kitchen. See if we can't get him a little bit of water and some ice.
And say, I'll get up under one of Goomp's arms.
Hey, I appreciate it, Kresh. You always have his best intentions at heart. That's what I love about you.
Definitely, yes. That's exactly what I do.
Let's go.
Heart of Gold Kresh, they call him.
I remember from my my first time here, where they didn't have the stalls. They were bringing food from the kitchen. It's over on the west side. We can get there real quick. And you kind of walk over, and he kind of motions y'all to come with him as well.
Ozramon's going to hop in
huge.
under an arm or
Yeah.
something. And
Ozramon,
okay.
my friend, you're a cleric, are you not?
Yes, it would seem that way.
Well, maybe you can help the boy. I will supervise.
Why do you have toilet paper around head?
Oh, my good friend, it is not toilet paper. It's called a kafia.
A scarf, sorry.
It is, yes. It's like a fancy scarf, basically.
It's pretty.
Thank you very much. I'm quite proud of it.
You're welcome.
And I should say, I hope you are having a good time. It seems like you've really cut loose, which it's always good to see someone do.
And so y'all are he's kind of just mumbling at you while you you walk over to
Aaron Sorkin walking and talking him into the kitchen.
You walk him over to the left, and Falco kind of goes up to the guard, and it's just like, hey man, we got to get this guy just out of the main area. Can we take him to the kitchen so we can get a little bit of water? And the officer's just kind of like, I don't know, guys. I was told not to let anybody pass.
If I may.
I might get in trouble.
Officer, you can see it. You would not believe it looking at the child, but this behemoth before you is but a boy. He is 12 years old.
Oh man, come on. And then roll. It's not persuasion anymore, is it?
Diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy. That's right.
That's going to be 17.
All right, look, you can take him in. Just take him directly to the kitchen, though. It's once you go in, take a left, and it's the first door on your right. Just get him feeling better, and I'll see if I can't send a guy in there to help you out. And
Oh, no need. We'll manage the boy on our own.
All right.
If I run into the chief, I'll let him know what a great help you've been.
I appreciate that. Hey, feel better, big guy.
Tiny man. I see two of you.
Okay, man. Yeah, you can go. You can just take him, and he kind of
Get that guy out of here.
Yeah, he opens the door for you, and yeah, you emerge into a stone hallway that you can see. The one that is closest to the entrance, that's the kitchen. You can see it's open, and you've got waiters and waitresses with pans with empty glasses and a couple broken flagons, kind of bringing them to the kitchen to get them washed off. And you go in there, kind of sit Goomp down on the floor. He's almost as tall as you, literally like propped up against the floor, and he just kind of just lays down. And it's like,
Cold floor feels good.
Mr. Falco, if we could persuade you to keep an eye on your ward, my associate and I will go look for some towels. I'm sure there will be cleaning up.
oh, I appreciate it, man. And he runs over and takes essentially one of the flagons that has been taken back, dips it into a barrel with water in it, and starts to bring it over to Goomp. Just like, all right, Goomp, you need to drink this now, and you need to just stay still. You just gotta let it work through you. If you start feeling bad, we got a bucket.
Gentlemen.
Yes. Round 2 ain't gonna be as fun as round 1. All right, thanks, guys. Anything you can find would be a big help.
Okay, Cyrus. Kresh, shall we?
Let us go.
Okay.
All right,
Let us away.
You exit the kitchen,
We all hold hands and walk out of the room.
and Rusam, Amira has kind of shown you around the trophy room. It's a lot of just old relics of the days of sailing of her father, and she's just like, one day I'd so like to actually get to sail, but I've got so much going on with my studies and with the people of Prodzia that it'll have to be later in life, I guess.
Well, my dear, I make some of the fastest ships we have. If you would ever like to sample one of these ships, I would be more than happy.
I don't know. Maybe one day. Here, enough with my silly dreams.
Lord.
Enough talk like that. The real gem, you're going to love this, is next door, is our library. It is amazing. No place in Prodzia has a better collection of tomes and maps, especially from the old days, from when Prodzia was just a little fishing village. And she starts to walk down the hall with you. So she goes down, she pulls a key out of her pocket and just kind of opens the door and shows you inside. Just like, this is my favorite room in the entire house. I spend so much time here looking at books about history, books about magic, books about sailing. It's got so much to learn, and it's terrific.
Well, I can read, and he chuckles.
Impressive.
I have never been much for these books. I am a monk, you see, by origin. But this is a very lovely library. Yes, this is quite impressive. I would love to spend some time here if it is open to the public and potentially read some of these volumes.
Roll some diplomacy.
Sure. 20.
We are killing it today,
He's got
man.
a
Not nat 20, but it is.
No, I saw.
It is, yeah.
Regular one.
Look, I tell you what, it's not open to the public, but we're at a party. No one's gonna come here. Everyone's in the main hall. Read to your heart's delight. I'll join you, and just go crazy. Just, I'll say we probably have like a couple of hours, and after she says that, we cut back to the fellas.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
The fellowship.
The getting kids drunk squad.
Oh,
Yeah, getting
let's not
underage
call
people drunk
ourselves
and
that.
the fetching of towels currently.
ALE bait.
Yeah.
So, since we're wholly unaware of what just occurred on the other side of the house, we're in the hallway here. I think Cyrus is going to peek into the room next to the kitchen just to see what that is.
Okay, so
See if
when
it's a
you
library.
when you peek in, you can see it is a dining room. There's a large oval table, kind of made out of a sturdy dark wood. Some windows look out onto the pathway that goes down underneath where the balcony is. And you can see no one's really in here because most everything is happening in the main hall. But this is definitely where they would do essentially like smaller gatherings. Like friends and family would come over and they would sit at the table and things would be brought from the kitchen into the dining room. You notice that the table for the dining room seems to also be made out of old ship stuff. And you just kind of note that like, oh, Rusam would like that.
Yeah. I'll have to remember that later for Mr. Rusam. This is not the library, boys.
What was it in there?
This is over here.
Yeah, you hear it in the echo.
Just screaming.
It appears to be the dining room.
Well, hopefully our friend has had better luck than we have.
Hopefully so. Do you think we should search the rest of the house?
You didn't happen to see like a book laying around in there, did you?
It wasn't just a random book on the floor.
Did I see any books in there?
No. You saw a book that said The Joy of Cooking.
Yeah. Cooking humans. No, I saw no books, just a neat dining table.
Well, yes, I suppose then we can do whatever we need to do to help our good friend Goomp, as we have pretty much ruined his and Falco's day. And we are supposed to do that. That would be a nice thing for us.
Goomp is having a phenomenal time.
Right now he is.
Yes.
That might change soon. but
Very
yes,
soon he will not be.
Perhaps if there is nothing more over here, we could work on finding our friend.
I believe that would be in our best interest. I mean, we do need to find Rusam and see if he has had better luck.
Agreed.
And I still have my whole bathroom angle that I can work.
Would either of
with
you
guards.
be able to message him?
That requires line of sight.
Yeah.
if I'm
It
not
doesn't
mistaken.
for the first one. The
Yeah,
second one requires line of sight.
Oh, for me to
That's-
respond, it requires
it
line of sight.
requires line of
Yes,
sight
yes,
for the
that's right.
response.
So yeah, you guys should
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to.
So we know generally where he is. Is he 120 feet away or less?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yep.
Rusam,
So you dial 1-800-COLLECT,
Basically.
call ATT.
save a buck or two.
Down the middle.
Yep. So, Rusam, do not be alarmed. This is Cyrus.
You just hear a scream in the distance.
Found him.
What's wrong?
I think I might have just fried his brain.
I can't read anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking in my head. It's not just me.
Or is it just me?
Professor?
Cyrus continues. We have had no luck locating the library.
I hate
I
all of
fucking
you.
hate you.
It's perfect.
If you can find us on the balcony. Because, I mean, he can't respond. So.
Yeah.
All right. And what do y'all do after that?
Cyrus is going to walk out this door to the balcony.
Yep.
On the balcony?
Yep, and Ozermon will follow.
All right.
We do need one of those craps sticks now.
do,
to-
yeah.
I need to bring
move
my
it.
extendable
I was
fork
thinking that
back.
exactly.
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah.
move the figurines around on the board.
So you come out of the door and kind of leaning up against the... No one says against. What am I
No, I was about to say,
fucking
that's
doing?
not a thing.
Against.
Leaning up against.
Against.
Against the banister that kind of makes its way around the edge of the balcony is Chief Edgeworth. And he... You hear the sound of a tinder striking as he lights his cigarette. Hello.
Yeah, Ozermon's going to walk up to him.
It is good to see you. How is our large friend doing?
Well, as of right now, he seems to be having a fantastic time.
Wonderful.
But
I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about that. Rusam, you are
thank God.
in...
I was about to be like, I'm not there.
You are in the library. Amira is just kind of like looking at things and just going like, and this is some old maps, and this is a few different parchments and letters that my father sent to my mother. It's all very interesting, but if it's okay, I feel like I can trust you. I'm going to step out for just a second, and I'll be right back. I just need to check on something really quick.
Certainly. I will continue perusing.
Perfect. You're lovely.
No, you're lovely. He awkwardly shouts as she walks out of the
I love you. It's fine. actually, to be clear, he is absolutely not hitting on her.
Yeah.
Even with the offer for a boat ride, like, yeah.
His order is castrated at birth.
She kind of you hear her just kind of like clop 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 down the hall. She's a horse.
She is centaur.
And you are alone in the library.
Yeah,
I'm going to kill myself when I'm listening to this back.
I would like to look for
The book.
Yeah, the book.
Okay.
Just go ahead and roll
Perception.
20 perception rolls, and then just file through them one at a time.
It's a 9.
All right.
How many do I get?
You're going to... Basically, each one of these is going to count for about 5 minutes.
Okay. That's a 10.
That's one better than the last.
That's a 13.
Here we go.
All right.
14.
17.
Okay, so you managed to locate kind of in the back. There is a section that you're able to tell because you're aghast at how bad the organization is in here. It looks like, and what you're kind of able to figure is that there's someone did it in kind of like organized by relevance to the family almost, where you're like, here's a bunch of stuff about the original governor, and then it's with a bunch of stuff that he wrote, and it's impossible to find anything because it's not really organized for anyone who doesn't already know the family.
Yeah, relevant to them, not
So
to
there's
anyone
no
else.
Dewey Decimal System
Yeah,
to play.
and but
That's unfortunate.
at the same time, you are able to find a section where it is clear it's a lot of older books. Make me some more perception checks.
Sure.
So he's up to, you said each of these is about 4 minutes, so he's been in here for with that one, 25 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a 13. That's an 11. That's an 8. God. 19.
Okay.
Wasn't she coming right back?
Yes. So
He's rooting through a bunch of shit, just like furiously.
you manage to find amongst this, just kind of, because so many of these books are old, their spine doesn't really have the name anymore. It's either been faded or it was never there to begin with because
Gilding's rubbed off.
Yeah, and so you're having to go through and just kind of like open the book and either see a title page or flip and kind of get a gist. But you're able to find a book that has a picture of a ship on fire stamped into the cover. And when you open it up, it says A History of Broadzea and its founding.
It immediately... It's a mimic. It kills me.
And you begin to hear, as footsteps start coming closer to the library, as she is galloping
An
down
army
the
of
way.
horses come to your aid.
Oh, man. Rusam's going to tuck it up the back of his vest.
Okay.
Keister it.
Yeah.
You hear, okay,
Fort save.
Rusam, I'm sorry for taking so long. I had to get this. I knew you would like it.
Yes.
And she kind of shows you, she's like, this is my favorite book, and you see that it is a book that is bound in black leather with a little bit of kind of like green embellishment around the edge of it. He's like, "This is my spell book." And at that point, you hear another, and you turn to the main entrance to the library that y'all both came in, and you see Governor James Cowell Jr. "Would you explain to me what you are doing with my daughter?"